What a beautiful day it is.
It really is. This was the first day that it hasn't been like 60 degrees and also not like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
So,
It's right in that sweet spot. And also, like, what a beautiful view we have. And this time it's an actual view that we can also see.
Yeah, like we're actually in a real place.
Yeah.
We're not in the void of a green screen realm. We do have helicopter noise,
That's going
though.
to be a problem. There's a number of noises that might get in the way.
Yeah. Jacksonville is a very, very busy place.
Yeah.
Now that we're like a little bit more into like the city, I feel more comfortable being like, oh, hey, right now we're in Yacht Basin Park. If you guys ever want to, shout out Moms. It's called Moms Park, but it's a really pretty spot out in Riverside of Jacksonville. If you're ever in the area, feel free to check it out. It's really pretty.
Yeah. This feels like the start of season 2. As fun as last week was, actually being out among some people, the awkwardness of it all, it really feels like we're actually back now. So
Yeah, I love feeling just anxious socially.
Yeah.
I love getting that iPad kid tendencies to, just curl
sticky,
up in a
so
ball.
Crunchy for some reason.
Crunch? Yeah. What?
Like some like.
I mean, I know what you
dried food or
mean,
whatever,
but like you got way too descriptive. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm thinking about all those like nieces and nephews
They all smell like maple syrup for some reason.
Yeah, it's like sugar somewhere. You got like, it's been like stuck on their face for so long that like dirt kind of built up on top of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like powdery.
Oh
on
yeah.
their face.
On the iPad screen, it's just like smears of like oil and food.
Yeah,
and,
it's glistening. It's just oh my god.
Yeah. I think that was a leaf, but I got scared that a bird just like shit right in front of us.
Yeah. Nice.
Now, I know that we're being quiet because there's definitely like people behind us.
Yeah, there's another. That's us when we're older.
Yeah.
There's an
It's
old
like
duo.
I'm not trying to disturb the peace, but I also don't want to be like so quiet that it's like, why are you guys so awkward?
Yeah.
No, we're about that. You know?
For sure. I think I'm just matching the scenery because it is very nice.
Yeah.
I
I will say, like, I said this to you in the car, but like, this has definitely been the drippiest season to start. Like, just straight out the boot. You really took that fashion video serious.
Yeah.
You
I'm
came
waiting
in with
for you to like. I mean, once the video comes out, it'll make more sense. But I'm waiting for you to, start fighting people just randomly.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was the whole point. It's so that visually we look better, and then like if people stop us, obviously we can
we can defend ourselves.
We can tussle.
We can. That's the one way to put it.
We could get down to it.
Yeah.
You
can tell
we can
Colin's
run
never
the
been in a
ones.
fight if he says tussle.
Yeah, we're trying to get into a little scuffle. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, that hurt me too. Emotionally, physically, everything about that just made me kind of want to cringe up.
Yeah, you have no idea how much I want to throw you into the water right now.
You see, like, I think I've just like perfected the art of making people uncomfortable, because that's what makes me laugh. And maybe that says something more about me than it does about like other people. But for some reason, it's just so entertaining to figure out how to just make people like want to not be there.
Yeah.
There's actually a TikTok account that like perfectly encapsulates that, but in a different way.
I follow
forget
a few
his
like
name. I think it's like Scott something. I may be totally wrong, but I'm gonna try to put the name up on the screen later. But he's this guy, and his whole TikTok account, I think he knows a lot of like people in LA. He's like friends with a lot of people there. But his whole TikTok account is just being like the most awkward person ever.
Cool.
Like, there'll be like somebody chilling in a hot tub, and he's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get into, and he's like the awkward.
Wait,
like,
is it your daddy Steve or something?
Yes, I think so.
I follow him. Yeah, I love that guy.
He is so funny because he perfectly encapsulates like the most awkward person ever.
Yeah.
In every situation.
Oh
I just
my God.
saw one that he did where he like he had like a Gucci jacket on, and he's like, and the guy over with the camera is like, wow, that's a nice watch, and he's like, yeah, nothing crazy. It was like $15,000, It's like, yeah, I like your shoes too. Yeah, $1,300. It's like what hype beasts look like after they've spent like their parents' whole college tuition for you. You're like, I'm gonna get them with this one, and then they go out in public and say nothing.
Their social battery.
No, that's literally me. I'm exposing myself.
You love him so much because you relate so hard.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
I was the one that was always like, yeah, I'm trying to be the clean guy. I dress nice.
There's a number of cringe-based like POV accounts that I follow. Will Uzi.
Oh, Will Uzi's a classic.
The Slappable Jerk, I think that's his name. I don't know.
I don't remember who that is. I don't know if I've actually seen that one, unless you sent me a TikTok from him.
That Martin kid. That's another one.
There's something about just like the way like humor has evolved with TikTok to the point where like you're like, man, sometimes TikTok isn't funny. I think I just need to like feel hatred for something. So then you go to cringe talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, it's funny because it's making fun of something that's so awkward, but some people are so good at making it awkward that like you're like, man, you need an Oscar because like this is so painfully bad that I like it.
I find it so hard to find humor in things that aren't making fun of other things.
Yeah.
That's like the basis of
well, that's what satire is,
Yeah.
Not necessarily saying like, oh, ha ha ha, fat joke or something, It's where you're making like a critique through humor. Because that's why like most people who don't like fart jokes, that's kind of the whole reason.
Gotcha.
It's like you want something that has like a deeper level of humor. So you watch Rick and Morty, that's definitely where the deeper level of humor comes. Because that's like the pinnacle of...
Bro, don't ever accuse me of something so slanderous.
You don't like Rick and Morty? Yeah. I thought you were Mr. Intelligent Humor.
I can make a cheating edit out of you, but you can't say I'm a Rick and Morty watcher.
That's the slander, okay?
That's where I cross the line.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
It's so sick that you made a whole TikTok edit where he just repeats me saying, you cheated. Or like, I cheated.
Yeah.
I know my girlfriend's going to hate that one. That one hasn't come out yet, so that'll be a funny one.
By the time this comes out, it'll be out. But
yeah. If you see me posting on TikTok crying, don't be surprised. My girlfriend left me. I just made a TikTok joke.
Let me just preemptively, I'm sorry, Megan. That was a preemptive apology. It was too good of an opportunity to mess up.
Yeah. She's probably just going to think that it's because you're trying to take her place.
Stop standing.
For all of you that didn't hear... Man, I can't even make a joke without stuttering. Boo, tomato, tomato, tomato.
Yeah.
I was going to say, for all the people who didn't hear what I did, I awkwardly stared at him. So, I don't know how many actual listeners that we have that are non-visual.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to kind of make this more of a thing where it is easier to consume as a non-visual thing, too.
I can imagine the visuals are a big part of it.
Yeah. I think it should just be kind of a bonus to some extent.
Yeah. We talked about it at the end of last episode, but
Yeah. So, we're going to actually try to talk throughout all of these instead of just relying on the fact oh, look at the pretty camera work, Look at the cameras that's not moving. We're just in front of a pretty background.
Yeah.
I think we just had to really, what's it called? We really had to make up for the fact that we didn't have a pretty background last week. So we were really on top of it because we had a green screen. We had
to be, yeah.
We had to be. There was no other content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least now if a bird flies in, we could be like, oh, look, there's a bird. Ha ha. Yeah, this went off the rails so quick.
We talk in that exact accent. Yeah.
Yeah. When you guys wonder what we sound like off camera, this is voice acting.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
My
voice isn't this.
I'm not going to do it again.
Man.
I think that would make a funny sitcom, By funny, I mean not.
That would not be funny at all.
I don't think sitcoms are really funny anymore.
Yeah. They don't really age. Well, some age well. But if they're not done right, you can tell off the bat,
Yeah, I think that, TV as a format is also kind of having a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, you'll see these formats that did really well. They try to keep pushing them out, but they don't do as well nowadays.
Yeah.
Sitcoms nowadays, they kind of just feel like cheesy remakes.
Mm-hmm.
You got, game shows that just try to be so over the top.
Because there's only so many jokes and plots that you can have
in the same format.
Exactly. There's always these character archetypes that every show follows as well, and it's not like you can differentiate that far from that without it being like too ridiculous.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. I also think that like the remakes of everything are or like the reboot kind of
Fuller House.
Yeah. How I Met Your Father or whatever it is. I forget what it's called. There's like some reboot where it's like the opposite thing because they did Girl Meets World too.
Yeah.
But that was a Disney show, which was weird.
It was also like weirdly dramatized and like serious for some reason.
Yeah.
Like I would watch fucking what else was on at that time? Like fucking Jesse or something, and then Girl Meets World would come on, and I'm just like sad.
Yeah. Well, it's because they were trying to like meet that same tone because they knew that it had a more adult audience from the Boy Meets World audience.
Yeah.
I grew up with Boy Meets World, kind of. I was like middle school, and I like binge watched the whole series with my sister. Definitely all reruns because I'm not a 90s baby, Yeah. But, it's weird to see things kind of get brought back. Aren't they doing like a Bel Air show and it's kind of like a dramatic remake?
Yep. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I had seen LMAO. I had seen SNL. SNL like did a skit where they were like remaking Urkel in the same way. And it was so like, I don't know. SNL is one of those things that like hurts me too right now. Because it used to, I don't even want to be the guy that's like, it used to be so funny. But it's like, right now, the only thing I really go to is like the Weekend Update.
Yeah.
Because it has more of like a stand-up kind of format to it. So like I think Colin Jost and Michael Che play off each other. Michael Che is really funny. Yeah. He just came out with like a comedy special a few months ago, and it was great.
Yeah.
But it's even on the Weekend Update, there's parts that are just like, yo, Baby Yoda.
I get that.
I mean,
sketch comedy. I won't say that because some sketch comedy can still be funny, but particularly LMAOs and SNLs.
Man,
like it's not. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
it feels very
played out. I mean, like I think it's kind of similar to what we were saying about like sitcoms and
formulaic
game shows. Yeah,
corporate, I guess.
I think that like, especially nowadays, their sketch comedy tends to. Somebody on TikTok said this, and I'll figure out who said it, but they were like, nowadays they kind of like tell the joke and then tell you why the joke is funny. They like over-explain what the joke is. In every single skit, there's a character that like right after a joke is made, they're like, well, isn't that because, and
gotcha.
It kind of kills the whole like figuring it out for yourself thing.
Yeah.
I would kind of agree. I think sometimes that's a little too harsh, but like I have seen it enough to where it's like, yeah, I could see it as valid criticism. But I think TV's dying. Daddy streaming service is just spanking them right now.
There's so many different ways you could have went about saying that, but you chose the most.
There's definitely just people behind us like overhearing everything we're saying.
There is a family, a wholesome family. Their dog is right behind us. Nah.
The dog is quiet.
Yeah. I'm sure they're all organ donors. They're all they donate to charity every year. They run 5Ks. And you just had to ruin their wholesome day at the park.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to everybody that ever existed. Just anybody who ever had to like be near me ever.
Yeah.
I just apologize.
You're a victim.
You are a victim.
Pray
if you were a loved one have been in proximity to Colin Fry, you are entitled to a cash compensation. They could do like a whole promo ad.
Yeah.
That'll actually be the sponsor of today's video. No. Oh man.
Man. So what have you done this past week, man?
I bought a few NFTs. If I ever start off a conversation like that, you need to end the podcast. The thing about NFTs, I don't even want to go on a full rant about NFTs because we already have other stuff to talk about, but we should definitely take an episode to go off on NFTs again.
Yeah.
It's just such an easy target.
Talking about NFTs, but not in the way.
I think that if we do our, spring break plan, wink, wink, I think that we could definitely have like a bunch of like college bros come and tell us why NFTs are amazing.
Yeah. And then just antagonize them.
Be like, but
I could screenshot it. You know that, right?
yeah, like I actually have that same picture in my phone. I screenshotted it off Twitter.
Like 50
He's
times.
like, but it's not yours.
Then why is it in my phone?
Why is it in my phone?
Yeah.
I mean, I could show it off still. I think the picture's cool. It's like taking a picture of a Van Gogh.
I've shared it to my entire family. So
literally my whole family has it.
I mean, you're welcome. Like, it's getting around.
Yeah, and I got it for free.
You a favor, you know?
What did you spend your college tuition on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
I got it for free.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man. What wonderful weather we're having.
God, don't be like that.
Well, we got to fill dead space, you know. You gotta give the podcast listeners something to hear, you know.
Yeah. So outside of buying your stupid NFTs, what else did you do?
Well, then I used them. You know, no, I'm playing. I'll get off the NFT talk. I was about to make like a Gary Vee joke with his whole restaurant. But
if you don't go swallow a bag of nails, we've clearly watched the
picture
TNT
yourself.
episode.
Imagine that you're swallowing a bag of nails. Yeah, we love TMG. The fact that they got Gary Vee on there was so funny.
I know.
But in all reality, I've just been editing like crazy this past week.
He has been going hard. Trying to.
I'm actually so stressed, dude. I literally I took zeros on 2 assignments just to get some editing done on the podcast.
The sacrifice. Why would you ever?
I can make do. You know, it's just that this is a busy week just because I'm trying to push out that video. Mm-hmm. So if you guys haven't already, I'm not going to, go too crazy with the plug, but essentially we put out this video on our Colin and Devin channel. I'll probably put a link like right here so you could click it if you want to. Ding. I'll put a little ding on there.
Yeah.
And essentially around Christmas, we dropped this video where I take Devin shopping for clothes because that's something that I'm really passionate about. And I try to show him, different ways of looking at clothing buying. We went to different retailers and ways to get clothes and the pros and cons of each. I did a way better explanation in that video. So if you want to watch it, it's, the episode, it's the same length as an episode of Attack on Titan, which I have been watching, by the way.
Cool.
30 minutes, get it out of the way. It's a nice little watch. But we have a second part to that series coming out soon, and it's Devin's version where he teaches me about his passion, and he teaches me Taeksudo.
Yeah.
Taeksudo. Okay. I think I've been messing it up. I've been saying Tay instead of Tang.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah.
But he teaches me martial arts and kicks my ass in the process. So last week I promised that I would have that out at the exact same time as this episode. So at this moment, that episode will also be out. So feel free to go check that out.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it.
I'm excited to embarrass myself.
That is also another factor that I'm excited for. But
I'm the one editing it, so I'm just going back and sifting through videos of me getting dropped. And it's just so funny knowing that I not only did I get my ass kicked, but I'm the one who has to edit it. That's so tragic.
Need I remind you my wallpaper? Look at that. Ain't it beautiful?
Yeah.
You know what? Editor Colin.
Put it
up just to
remind everybody
everyone.
again.
Yeah, and remind yourself.
Yeah.
Stay humble. No.
I guess I gotta stay humble.
No. So that's really captured your whole week, huh?
Yeah, it really has been, and it's gonna be this week too. As soon as we get home from this, I'm just straight editing the podcast, getting it out of the way.
Cool.
But I like to do it. I think that it'll make things easier once we kind of grow and maybe get a bigger crew to kind of help us out with this. But at the moment, it's not too terrible. I really do enjoy doing it.
Yeah, so long as you're having fun with it.
I like watching back to all the times that I make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I save some of the clips to my phone just so that I can go back and be like, look at all these times that I gaslit and tortured Devin on camera.
I can imagine you just like, before you go to bed, you're laying on your stomach, feet kicking back, just my hand right here, just like.
Let's watch some Devin.
Yeah.
Devin torture porn. This is in my search history. I'm so glad that I whispered that.
You know that family we were talking about earlier?
They're not traumatized.
They're gone.
They walked away.
Yeah. The dog.
They actually called the police.
Yeah. The dog ran away. Man, I was gonna go down a really dark path about you. Remember what happened to them? Let's not do that.
What? No, you have to do it.
The dog ran away. The dad OD'd. The mom. I'm gonna stop. I don't want to be sad.
It's an American reality.
Yeah. Shout out moms.
Shout out moms. So for some historical background, if anybody is curious, it's called Mom's Park because it's based off of, well, there's actually like a whole memoriam right there that I probably should have read off of before I'm starting to give promo for this park.
Yeah.
But it's like in memoriam to one of the mayor's wives. She was like very like, I guess she was a community leader. And they kind of like dedicated this little area to her. It's a really pretty spot. It's called the Yacht Basin Park because there's literally like this whole basin right next to us where I'm assuming you can kind of pull up boats or used to be able to.
Nice use of context clues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that anybody else could have put that together, but I just thought I'd, give some more promo for them letting us be here.
Did you just mansplain a park?
I really did. Mom's Park. I
know.
mansplained a park based off of a woman.
Shout out to my mom for being named Mom.
Yeah. Shout out, Mom.
Pretty cool.
Mom's Park, but not your mom. It's Mom's Park.
You don't know that.
Your mom doesn't own it, but like it does belong to mom's or your mom, or no, it doesn't belong to your mom, but it does belong to a mom, or it's a memoriam to a mom that isn't your mom, not your mom, but like your, like my.
Dude.
I'm sorry.
Sick SNL bit.
I know, right? That was so funny. Ha 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 ha! Cue the laughter. Oh my God! It's Willem Dafoe. Did you see Willem Dafoe on SNL?
No, I haven't watched SNL in.
It's like, what are you, 5? No, he was on there. It was interesting.
That's cool.
Not necessarily great, but it was interesting. Like, he did great. But again, it's SNL.
Oh, yeah. You really aren't there for the cast that's there every week. You're there for the guests.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
That's not to knock the regular cast, but like.
Unless you're like a 15-year-old that's interested in the whole Kim Kardashian, Pete Davidson drama.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they made a little joke. But. Yeah. Donda 2.
Oh.
Donda 2.
Yeah.
Donda 2. Donda 2. That better be the intro.
That better not. If I hear.
I don't think it will.
Donda dos.
Donda dos. I definitely think that it's gonna be more of like an upbeat kind of. I just think it's weird to name it Donda 2, so I really hope that the name changes. Because from what it sounds like, it's gonna. You can't have an album dedicated to your mom produced by Future. It's executive produced by Future. And in one of the songs that like leaked, there's like one where there's like a video of people dancing to it, and like it was like, boom, and then he's like, then it feel right, hey Kanye or like Yeezy gonna drop it in your windpipe or something like that. And it's like, how are you gonna make bars like that on an album about your mom?
Once again, shout out moms.
Shout out moms.
This is the mom dedicated episode.
It's just I don't know, because again, those are like early leaks, and maybe that's a song that got scrapped. But I'm intrigued because I do think that Donda was his best album since Life of Pablo.
Okay, yeah.
Skip Jesus is King. All the little like 7-track albums he did, they were kind of like
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm curious, but I am also cautious. I'm worried.
I feel you.
But so what else did you what did you do this weekend? Because I know that you asked me forever ago.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
And I never really asked you.
Yeah. Well, I have a new job, which is pretty cool.
Woo! Clap, 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 clap.
I won't disclose where.
Yeah.
But if you remember, back in season 1, we had a guest, Lola.
Mm-hmm.
I work with her now. She got me this job, which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
So,
connections. That's called networking, guys. For all you business majors. Yeah, I'm really working on my networking. It just means doing coke at a frat party. Sorry, continue.
I don't even know how to. Like,
I
wanna
really
just, like bring it back smoothly, but there's no way to segue from that into.
Because I always have to just like, it's not even like a shifting lanes. Like I veer off the road.
It's a right angle, just completely.
I spin out.
Yeah,
and you're trying to correct that, so it's kind of hard,
man. But yeah, I didn't get to talk about it last week, but it's been pretty good. I haven't gotten many hours in, but
Yeah, what's up with that?
Still in training.
Let me talk to your manager.
My manager is actually really super nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let me talk to your regional manager.
No, apparently they have 9 cats. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I used to have a coworker that was kind of the same way. Oh,
really?
8 cats. I think that was one of the most fun parts about my last job was that job, technically, I don't know if they had a drug-free thing, but literally after 2 months of being there, a whole group of the usual people that worked there, they were all a big friend group. They invited me out to come smoke with them at that person's house, and there were a bunch of cats there. I felt so awkward because I was I felt so nervous.
Oh man.
Again, social anxiety.
Do you think we can or should disclose our previous workplaces?
I think I already have.
If you haven't, Vans.
Yeah, that was Vans, which kind of has such a Vans sound to it now that you know the context of the story.
Yeah.
But
I worked at Chick-fil-A, and it's I'm so happy where I'm at now because it's another food spot, but yeah, it was funny because yesterday I was asked to help someone else take out the trash and the cardboard as well, and they looked at it and was like, "Oh my God, that's a lot. Thank you for the help. I don't think I could have done this solo." And I look at it and it wasn't. It was one trip for me. I feel if I really packed it all down.
Yeah.
Because
Chick-fil-A would have forced you.
Chick-fil-A is so hectic and busy all the time that we have a dedicated trash room at Chick-fil-A, and sometimes the cardboard gets so piled up it's touching the ceiling.
Jesus.
No, legit. It's touching the ceiling, and it takes a good handful of trips. And yeah, they were talking to me, and I told them where I used to work at and how this isn't really all that much
over there.
So it's really fine. Happy to help. And I asked, have you ever had to has the cardboard thing ever gotten so packed that you've had to get into the thing and jump on it to pack it down? They're like, what? It blew their mind. It was funny. And I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, I never had to do that either, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll be on it and cars will see your head pop up.
Yeah. I've driven by while they're
bouncing.
doing that.
You're just bouncing on it, and it's just
I feel
so
that's
awkward.
gotta be a safety issue, for sanitation. I know that it is just cardboard, unless you guys just put it all on the same one.
No, cardboard and trash is separate, but luckily I've never had to do it on trash, but I'm sure it's happened before.
Yeah. It's still just you can't do that and then
yeah,
have somebody come back into the kitchen, You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
everyone at Chick-fil-A doesn't wear gloves. They spit wash their own hands. No.
Wow.
I'm just
Slander.
No, I'm
Actually,
kidding.
we're going to get sued.
This is all... No, actually...
We're getting sued.
I don't know if you should cut it, but you might need to cut
No,
what
I'm
I just
keeping
said.
it in. We're
But-
getting sued, but it's for content,
Man.
so...
Let me just say right now that none of that is true. We do upkeep our sanitation and all that.
No, they do. Not you.
Yeah.
But no, if we can make a joke about me cheating on my girlfriend, then we can keep a joke without context of you
Sure.
slandering a business.
Yeah. But let me be clear, none of that is true. Now I'm scared. But yeah, so I've been working at a new job. It's been pretty fun, pretty laid back, easy. Yeah, that's about... Oh, how did I forget? I went to a Magic game just a few days ago.
You were sending pictures, you know?
Yeah, I posted a few times on my story, and then Colin said this would be a nice pot topic, but really nothing that eventful happened.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like...
I was kind of hoping, like, because of your location, I was like, you should try to get, like, a crazy picture.
Yeah, I have a few, like, videos of, like, players, like, really close.
Mm-hmm.
Because where I sat in the arena was 3 rows from the front. So row 3 and up against the railing of the visitors tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty nuts, like, being that close to all the players. And we're elevated, of course, and it was the Magic versus the Mavericks.
Oh, is that the team with Kobe on it? The Magic. It's a callback to the Lola episode for everybody who's about to
Don't explain
spite
yourself.
me.
Don't explain
Who's
yourself.
about to
Don't explain. Don't even
smite
bother
me.
explaining yourself, because I'm gonna make another clip where I
Out of
don't
context.
include the explanation. And but yeah,
You're trying to get me killed. Trying to get me killed in public. Slaughter.
I feel like
Somebody's gonna see us doing this one day, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you made that Kobe joke."
I feel like there's enough evidence to support the idea that we actually hate each other.
There really is. I mean, if you watch this like without knowing us, I'm sure that it actually looks like we're a divorcing couple. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we look like, you know, we're doing this for the kid. You know,
Yeah.
Benched is the kid.
Yeah, we're doing this.
We're doing this to just, you know, keep it happy.
Yeah.
But-
huh.
Things just haven't been the same.
Yeah, isn't that right, honey?
Yeah. He can't keep it up in bed.
I'm not contributing to that. But
Yeah, my fault.
yeah. So what was I saying?
I don't know.
Yeah. But
Oh, Magic and Kobe.
Yeah. I was not mentioning Kobe. Actually, another thing. Last week we recorded the day before the 2-year anniversary of his passing,
Yeah.
and that was actually the last basketball game that I went to, and it was really, that day was really awkward. You know,
Yeah.
like really somber, because going into the day I was like, oh, cool, we're gonna watch. I think it was the Magic and the Clippers. So I got to see Kawhi Leonard play, and that was actually, yeah, I did. But I was excited to see him play, and then on the ride there, I'm seeing it posted on a few people's stories, and I'm just like, what kind of sick joke is this?
Yeah.
And I tell my dad, and he's like, nah, stop playing. Like, come on, look into the story more. Wait for more details to come out. What actually happened?
Yeah.
So I keep looking, and then it just gets sadder and
More and more tweets come out, and you're like, man, this shit's real.
yeah. And then we get there, I see a good percentage of Kobe jerseys there, and yeah, all around it was just a somber like experience.
Yeah.
You know, a few Kobe chants broke out. There was a moment of silence at the start. I made it on the Jumbotron behind someone wearing a Kobe jersey. And, like, the photo I posted on my story,
Yeah.
I didn't know I was in the back. I took it just to take a picture and like keep this moment.
And you just barely caught it.
Because I wouldn't be making this face if I knew I was there. You know?
He was literally like that thing where like you're trying to be sneaky with a photo. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You look like the creep that was trying to get like the.
Yeah, I'm not. I almost look like I'm taking a picture of the dude's ass. Like, I wouldn't be like this if I knew I was in it.
Yeah, no, bro was trying to get a picture of that cake. You know what I'm saying? So that Kobe jersey just stacking up real nice.
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
Oh but
Yeah, no, that's crazy timing. I didn't even realize that until you started posting about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was just a weird all around day, you know?
Yeah.
But this time around, luckily no one of like severe significance that we're aware of passed away.
Yeah.
So my dad and I could enjoy our time there watching like one of our favorite players at the moment, Luka Doncic, and one of my personal favorites, Boban Marjanovic.
Oh.
And that guy is fucking huge. He is 7'5".
Yeah, I saw that video that you posted too.
Yeah, he's just an all-around. He's like a gentle giant. He's just. Let me take 10 minutes just to gush over Boban real quick.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and gush for 10 minutes.
But if you watch the NBA, you love Boban. That seems like a pretty like general sentiment around him. Like he's just a nice guy to everyone. Everyone loves him.
Gotcha.
And unfortunately, I feel like he's sort of seen as like a circus act.
Mm.
Just being as big of a man as he is.
Guy, yeah.
Yeah. He has some skills and he's worthy of being in this league, but
it would kind of take him as more of like a attraction.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. Like I love the dude, but you know, it's crazy being like so close because we're also like elevated. Mm-hmm. So, and his head, so we're like about 5-6 feet off where they're standing, and his head still comes up to like right here when I was sitting. It was fucking nuts. Like I could just have a conversation with him right there. He is fully standing.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, it's wild, but you know, being that close, you can hear all the players and like their chatter and all that. It was funny hearing them
kind of ramble back and forth.
Yeah. A player got into foul trouble and he had to sit out, and he was talking to his teammates like, but they were asking like, what happened? He was like, some fucking bullshit with that stupid fucking ref or something. It was hilarious.
Because I gotta imagine that, you know, you could see them yelling on the sidelines sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that like it's not like they're gonna go all PG. I feel like that's something that you definitely get from going live that you wouldn't from TV.
Yeah, it's a whole different experience. It's a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
But
that's why our next sponsor is SeatGeek.
Yeah. You can buy tickets for but if you look at this screenshot, oh shit. Wait. Whoa.
It's like you kind of
That's my dad and that's me. Those two blobs right there in the fucking very corner of the screen.
You can like barely see it.
You can't make out any faces, but just that blob is us.
I'm gonna put it on the screen and I'm gonna like do a slow zoom in.
It's like a Where's Waldo.
You can kind of understand where he's at, but you can't like visually see that it's him.
Yeah, but we were.
You could totally be lying.
Oh, trust me, I'm not. I have videos from that angle as well to back it up. But
unless you're lying. Unless you're lying.
I don't know if you're paranoid that I'm lying or you're just like...
Are you trying to gaslight me? Trying to make up for, the new video?
Oh, yeah, in the new video, I'm a victim.
Yeah.
As much as I beat his ass, like, I'm mentally...
See, my thing was never to fight people. It was to psychologically destroy them. Like, I never got into physical altercations because I could use my words. Mm-hmm. I was like a high school girl because I was always around females. Like, Oh, no, I did the thing. No, I did the thing.
That's a clip.
That's a clip. Oh, I did the fresh and fit thing. No.
He said the F word. Frick you, man. Sexist.
I would just like to, take my time out to
Apologize to all the
apologize.
females.
Oh. No, I've just been around women my whole life. Like,
Careful.
I didn't really have, like, guys around me. And I'm not saying that all women just use psychological warfare, too. That's another thing. I'm going to just backtrack.
This is the episode that's going to get you canceled.
Yeah, this is the one. No, this is the one that's just going to boost our male audience.
Yeah, oh, man.
We're going to have like a DeBaby effect.
To me, that's virtually the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're losing the audience that counts.
Yeah, if we're getting praised by the wrong people, I don't want the praise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about getting an audience. We don't really care who.
Oh, we got to backtrack. We got to
backpedal
this.
heavy.
Yeah.
What were we even talking about? Oh, yeah.
I was talking about a fucking...
I was gaslighting you. I was girl bossing.
But I was talking about a wholesome magic game, and then you decided to generalize all women.
See, this is why we need like a third person. Just keep us on topic.
We need a moderator.
Because,
you know,
very quickly, I can take one topic and just go off the rails.
Yeah.
I need somebody to like be behind the camera and be like, Colin, shut the fuck up.
This is not
literally, Colin, stop.
This is not the time for your misogyny, Colin. Wait till the camera's cut.
We know that you like to be just so absolutely bigoted and
yeah. Colin's actually a raging meninist off the camera.
Actually, yeah.
Sorry.
Just everything.
Yeah.
No. Awful.
Low key, I'm kind of hungry.
Me too. It's weird because we're like recording a little bit later than usual.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 o'clock and I haven't eaten anything today.
Me too.
So after this, we'll do the same thing as last episode. You want to make some meal plans on the podcast?
Yeah. Actually, let's talk about last episode's meal plans. We got those fucking cakesters.
Oh yeah,
we got those
dude.
cakesters, man. It's delicious. Well,
so I wasn't as big of a fan of the Oreo one.
Yeah.
The Nutter Butter one is crazy.
Mm-hmm. If you have a Wawa near you, I highly recommend getting those Nutter Butter cakesters.
Yeah, I think we should go back and get some more.
I'm kind of down.
We got the last pack too.
Yeah.
So they've been popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, those are good.
I know you weren't a fan of the Oreo ones, but I was because I grew up on those basically.
Yeah.
Shit was like actually
Delectable.
being in this area, talking about
Cakesters.
Man, it just brings me back.
Yeah, it's a very nostalgic trip for Devin because he kind of knows the area more.
This was I went to elementary school around here, and it's just nice thinking back of all the stupid things that happened. Like, I don't know if you want to disclose the county, but.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about it being in Jacksonville, I mean, everybody kind of knows it's like the whole like
Duval.
Yeah, Duval.
Yeah, as a Duval kid growing up, it allowed me to have some character. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why I just am so bland. I've lived in suburban hell for like since I was 3.
I'm so sorry, man. But yeah, it was man. A lot of shitty things happen, but it's still things I miss for some reason. Because having something to happen every day was like made it fun to and bearable to go to school.
Yeah.
Like I acquired multiple bus referrals for fights.
What?
Yeah.
You got in fights?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could. This isn't like the basketball clip, I promise.
Okay, sure.
You look like you could hoop. Like,
yeah.
No, I think you were kind of telling me about this beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
I just forget.
Yeah.
See,
no, it was a real thing.
I'll go off on my bus experience in a second. I got to hear about your bus fights.
Some. I say some like it was like a lot. It wasn't a lot, but it was more than one. I'll say that.
Yeah. It was enough to be like, wow, this is a pattern. There's something here.
I definitely like mellowed out by the time I got to a different county.
Yeah. You could just say like high school. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, even middle school, it was a weird transition point. But
yeah.
One time I was just like defending my friend who was getting like ranked on. I made a joke back at another dude. He got hurt, and then we just sort of like socked each other in the face.
Jeez.
But this, keep in mind, this is like third grade me. So
yeah.
If we went back and watched that from an omnipotent point of view,
we probably would have laughed.
For sure. But at the time, it was like, those were heavy hits, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to go. That was in the morning too, not on the way home. So I had to walk around with an ice pack on my face.
Oh.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There was a lot of hijinks, I'd say, that happened on the bus outside of even fighting. It was like seatbelts weren't really they were a weapon more than they were a safety thing. The
oh my god,
the metal part we'd swing around.
Oh,
we'd whip people with the extra slack.
Okay, so we're gonna make that an out of context clip. Devin used to whip people
as a third grader.
As a third grader. But, there's something internalized there.
Yeah. Shout out moms.
Shout out moms. Oh my god, that's gonna be the title.
Shout out moms.
Shout out moms.
But what was another thing? Oh, this was fun. Okay. So I'd have my friend sit a few rows up. I'd sit a few rows back. Mm-hmm. We'd both like put our heads out the window, stick our hands out the window, and he would have like a paper ball, and because we're moving, he wouldn't really have to throw it to me. He'd just sort of drop it, and I'd have to catch it before it.
It's actually kind of fun.
It is pretty fun. It's hella dangerous.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. What else happened? It feels a lot of fun just like thinking back to those days.
Yeah.
Because it's just
getting nostalgic.
Yeah.
A little tear to your eye.
A little bit. The best part about like roasting other people like is when the whole bus reacts. Like it's like a chain reaction.
Everybody's like, oh.
Everyone within those few rows that are involved goes, oh, and then you have the other people on both sides
slowly rippling,
slowly like looking back, like what happened, and everyone's involved. And man, I've had a few of those times, and boy, does it feel good.
It does.
Yeah.
I was always a really awkward kid going into like even into high school.
Yeah, I bet you wouldn't have made it to the back of the bus. I did.
I actually did.
Wow.
By being the quiet one somehow.
Oh, did people just think you were like chill or something?
Yeah. I was like awkward, but like in a cool way, I guess. Not cool, but like in terms of like if you saw me, they were like, yeah, I guess he's all right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I played nice guy.
Cool.
But essentially, what ended up happening was like, it's not as cool as that. It wasn't like kids ranking on each other all the time. Sometimes there was, but sometimes it was like before I start stuttering again.
Okay.
To clarify, the bus driver was awful. Like, I get that being a bus driver is probably
my bus driver so many times. We've had
being a bus driver is probably the worst job, and I'm not gonna take that away from this lady. But my thought was always like she was very strict on like no phones, whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't make sense, because then she also told us not to talk. She said, you guys need to be quiet. I'm like, you know what would make me quiet? If I could go on my phone right now. So I went on my phone all the time.
Yeah.
But I would just hide it.
Yeah.
And because of that, kids were trying to find some way to stay entertained because they're not going to sit there quietly on the way to the school.
Yeah, no one's ever just...
Yeah.
Unless you're like fucking Mark Zuckerberg, you're not just sitting there. Yeah.
It got to a point where literally kids at the end of the day were taking water bottles, taking the cap off, and they would just do like a full all over the back of the bus, and you could not avoid it. Like,
that's so funny.
I don't know why it started, and even if you got wet, you were just like, it was funny because it was in protest to that one. I hope we got that on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Oh, they're going crazy.
Whoa.
Wow.
I love squirrels.
They're so cool. Megan doesn't like them.
Aw.
I'm pretty sure that squirrel's going to get violated, and that's why it's running. Anyways, back to the story.
Yeah.
It was really all just, like, in protest of the bus driver being so, like, not even just mean, but it was like, I don't know. I think that the no phones thing is probably because somebody caught her smoking on the bus and took a video of it.
Wow.
Because she would do that all the time. She would, like, right before her trip.
Yeah.
Or, like, right before she'd pick us up, she would stop if she was early and then, like, smoke in the bus.
Yeah.
And then we would try to open the windows, and she's like, no, don't open those. It's too cold out or something like that. We're like, dog, you hotbox this bitch.
That's hilarious.
I mean, it's not even like weed or anything. It was like tobacco, so it smells nasty.
Crack.
Just literally. Imagine. Just like, I've had it one last time with you guys. Just goes like full Batman on us.
Yeah. There was also some like, we probably had like, in my 5 years on basically the same bus the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
We probably ran through like 4 different bus drivers.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's just how the system is, or if they all like left because we're so insufferable.
I had literally started with that bus driver because the last bus driver had retired.
Okay.
And he, I guess, was great.
Okay.
He was a nice guy or something.
Oh, cool.
And then this new bus driver, she had just started with us, and she was awful. The first day of school, she literally skipped a whole group of kids, like my group of kids, because she told us that the bus stop moved, and nobody had told any of the kids that.
Okay.
Originally,
Wow.
the bus stop was like closer to, I think, the front of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And she just ran straight past it. I was like, fuck it.
Damn.
And then we're all like, well, shit, what do we do now? We can't just miss the bus.
Yeah.
And she came back, or when we all started walking towards the third bus stop, because there's like 3 in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And she had already picked them up, and then she sees us all walking. And she's like, hey, you guys were at the wrong stop. The stop is now or it wasn't even that far. There's like a park, and that's where our stop was.
Yeah.
And that's where it used to be.
Mm.
And the bus driver would just stop at the park. And then she was like, it moved over here. It was literally 50 feet away at the corner where the park was, instead of just at the park. It was like so petty, and that's already started everybody off with a bad taste.
Yeah. That's dumb.
You know, I think she ended up quitting my 8th grade year because of all the shit we were doing with the water bottles. She was like, I need to find something new. Mm-hmm. And we got somebody else. And the substitute, we were still doing some of the same shit, but he was cool. Mm-hmm. He was like, hey, like, let's not do the water thing. I'm cool with y'all having fun because it's the end of the year, but, like, don't do the water thing. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, fine. You know, we could stop the water thing because we don't hate you.
Yeah.
You know?
It's within reason, sure.
Yeah. We did the water thing. There was one kid who would, like, throw around condoms. Mind you, it was 8th grade.
Oh, okay.
So he either got that from his big brother or, like, there's a bigger issue there.
Yeah. That just reminded me of another disgusting thing looking back.
Oh. Let's talk about it. Go off, King.
There was I think I never had this confirmed, but there's reason to believe that one day behind me, in the row behind me, a dude was getting head. And keep in mind, what grade we are in.
Yeah, I was about to say the grade thing.
I saw your reaction at first. You were like, ooh.
No, because I remember the story.
Oops.
I just don't know if I want to say it.
Yeah. Well, now you have to. You know?
I don't know if I want to put that on camera yet. I may.
Really?
Ooh.
Okay, tell you.
Because I think.
Tell it now.
I can be
and then
very
you can cut
vague.
it
Yeah,
in
yeah.
editing, and then just cut back to my reaction. So
yeah. If I decide that it's too much to tell, I'll cut it out, and then you'll be like, "What?"
Yeah. Okay. If you.
So.
Right, so we'll just be right back.
Yeah.
Assuming we're back now.
We're back.
I feel like we've grown closer.
Yeah, I have a lot of stupid stories, specifically from that time in my life. It's like one of those things that you look back and you're like, ugh. You know the joke where it's like you're doing something and all you can do is just remember.
Yeah.
Because you're doing nothing else.
Yeah.
Like anytime I'm at work, I just remember shit like that.
Yeah. When you're about to go to bed, something embarrassing pops up. When you're
like,
taking a shower, something pops up. So you're just letting the water run and hit
Why?
your face. Why? You just, like, sit
Why?
there. Why?
Marvin's room.
This was one of those moments that unfortunately we are not going to share with you because, wow.
Yeah. I just did a bad thing. Shout out Bill Wirtz. I don't think I've actually seen some of his stuff in a while.
Yeah, man. His history of the world or whatever.
The entire world. He also did some other ones that were pretty cool.
Yeah. Man, that whole video was like a culture shock.
It really was. It was like a big moment.
Yeah. But speaking of culture shocks.
Speaking of culture. What a segue. I gotta know what it's segueing into.
There's a number of things. Some could be like actual, but some are just. Nick Cannon had his 8th baby.
I don't know how.
Apparently, he had like 3 or 4 over the as long as the pandemic's been around so far.
Jeez.
Yeah, over the course of the
God.
pandemic, he's had like 3 or 4 babies.
Does he have any with Mariah?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they do, but yeah, it's like his 8th baby to his 5th or 6th baby mama.
Nice.
I mean,
not nice, but nice, I guess.
Yeah. I hope those children end up okay and they all have a father in their life.
Yeah.
One that can balance everything that Nick Cannon has going on.
Yeah. Like 8 kids.
That is a very crucial component.
Yeah. How many kids does Kanye and Kim have again?
I don't.
Because I was gonna say I think they have like 6 kids too, so it's kind of the same thing where it's like.
Yeah, but at least it's all to the same person. I feel like that.
Who? Kim and Kanye?
Yeah.
Kinda. I mean,
Alright.
yeah, because the mom is Kim Kardashian, but the biological mom isn't, because a lot of them were surrogates.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Unless that's not how that works, but.
I wouldn't consider it any less yours.
Yeah.
You know? So. But
Don't listen to me. I'm just mansplaining.
Yeah.
Some shit that I don't know about.
But
Yeah, that's crazy. He's gonna have all 8 of them on Wildin' Out. That's like the new. When they grow up, he just has like
he's
the
breeding-
Black Squad.
he's
It's
breeding
just
for a
his
new
whole-
cast.
He's growing. He's growing them.
But I don't know if he has like a breeding kink or something because
8
that's
kids.
huh?
I said 8 kids.
Yeah, that's wild. And bro, get a vasectomy or wrap it up or something.
Yeah.
Like unless this is what you're into, which kink shaming I don't really do, but Dude.
You gotta disarm that cannon.
At some point, yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, at some point you gotta just start shooting blanks.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
See, when you make the joke, it's okay.
Yeah. Because I didn't make a pun out of his name.
Look, I'm corny. Let me be great. Really preying on my downfall.
You don't want to see me winning, man.
You really. They don't want to see me up for real.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. But yeah. Among other things with running through the news cycle right now, and I guess relating back to the sports talk that we had earlier, how about them Rams and the Bengals?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy, you know. I think that the right team won.
I think I'm going to let Colin take the lead on this.
Yeah, you know, as a, sports expert, I just think that, definitely what happened was pretty momentous, I think that everything that happened for a reason, and I know some people are probably mad about it, but, it is what it is. We just keep the season moving. I just said everything without saying anything.
Keep the season moving. We are at the Super Bowl now. The pinnacle and finale of the season, and you said, just gotta keep it moving.
Gotta keep it moving.
Fuck.
Was that the Super Bowl? No,
that
was
no.
the
Those were
game
the
before, right?
Those were the NFC and AFC games to decide who is going to the Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Let me just sports explain real quick.
Sports explain. So who is going then?
The Rams and Bengals.
Oh,
those
gotcha.
are the teams that won their respective games versus other teams. So
Gotcha.
that will be the matchup.
I thought you were trying to say that the Rams and the Bengals played this last game.
They played other teams to get that head-to-head matchup coming when the Super Bowl this year.
Makes sense.
But
We're like mirrored
it's not.
right now. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Had a
cool.
ADHD moment.
Cool.
I kind of. You're saying?
That the game itself wasn't really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to tell you about this fucking wild betting thing that happened with it.
Oh, okay.
So, are you into betting or aware or
I've played around. I've played around with it on occasion, but I think I generally get it, but I definitely don't do it enough to where I could say like, oh yeah, like I'm not like the NFT bro of gambling.
I'm a killer GTA bettor.
Oh yeah, horse betting. I'm so crazy with it.
It's wild. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so effective. But anyways,
but you specifically, you make bank on it. I'm not trying to go too deep into the GTA thing, but like, you're talking about making like hundreds of thousands. I typically make like 50,000, and then I'm like, I lose it.
There's a pretty safe method. I'll tell you about it later. But,
okay. Cool.
So, do you know what like a parlay is and all that?
I think so.
So a parlay is
yeah, re-explain it like I'm a dummy.
Yeah. So parlay is
Parlay.
It's when you're betting on multiple things, but they all have to be correct in order for you to win the money.
Okay.
So a person put 20 down on the winners and the scores of both games, and he got them both exactly right. So he predicted the Bengals to win. He predicted the Rams to win. He predicted the final score of both games correctly. Put 20 down and won 500,000.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That is insane. I imagine that like as the like brackets are kind of closing in, he's probably sitting there like, holy shit, I might be there. Okay. And then when he got to the game, he was like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's just, oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I can't even like imagine winning that hard. I can't imagine being that set.
Because both games were close the whole way through. Towards the end, I can imagine the amount of stress that is going through his mind about how much he could potentially win. Because like it came down to within 3 points, or it came down to 3 points for both games. So like if another team scores,
even just like a
that's just money gone, money potentially, or money that was potentially theirs and just gone.
Yeah.
So oh my God, I can only imagine the like stress he felt during it and the euphoria he felt after.
Oh yeah.
Once it sets in that you just made $500,000 off 2 football games.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah. I don't want to become like a degenerate gambler, but I feel like I could, on specifically basketball, I feel like I could win some bets.
Yeah. I think like once you kind of know what'll happen, like if you know enough about it, it's not as risky as somebody like me where if I'm like, oh yeah, I'll throw like $20 down, I'm destined to lose it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know shit.
Yeah. I feel like in a fantasy football league or something, you would pick players for like non-football reasons.
Yeah, I'm picking Tom Brady because I seen him in that Hertz commercial.
You would pick players based on their extracurriculars, not.
I picked Pat McAfee because I watched WWE. I don't even think he's retired.
He's retired,
but it's okay. He'll come back.
I want Pat McAfee with the first pick of the first round. A kicker.
They're like, you can't.
You pick a podcaster. This has gotten to your head, man.
Oh yeah. I'm just stuck in this world now. Yeah, I listened to his podcast. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. For sure.
And then I'll have Gronkowski because he told me not to eat Tide Pods. I would pick Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know if he's able to play. I don't know if I want to risk that.
I don't know if I'm going to pick Tom Brady because he kisses his kids on the mouth.
That too.
Yeah.
Man.
There are reports that he retired, and then there are others that he isn't retiring this year.
Yeah. It's like the, I feel like it's the same thing with like the Kim Kardashian thing where it's like people get so obsessed with this thought of like, when is he going to retire?
Yeah.
So then they just tweet about it like they know something, and it's like you don't really know anything about it.
Yeah, there have been conflicting reports, but also like, have you seen like a picture of Tom Brady? Like he looks plastic.
Yeah. He's just not real.
Like
how old is he again?
Like 44. He enters that like uncanny valley. Like he looks like a simulation that was created.
Yeah.
It's weird,
He was a clone from a lab. They're like, shit, like, the aging gene didn't work.
Like, don't ask why, but I watched this Jimmy Kimmel like reading mean tweets thing about the NFL. And I only clicked on it because Tom Brady was in the thumbnail. And I was like, ain't no way that's fucking Tom Brady because he is so shiny.
Yeah. He glows.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Like his I feel like the skin on his face is so like fucking tight. It's just
It's like the Simpsons episode where they like clip this extra skin back.
Yeah, it's so like it's weird.
You probably like pull all that,
I know.
But
his smile is so I don't know how to put it. Like mechanical.
I feel like
it's just
a Crest commercial.
Yeah. Because all the other players there, they look like football players. Like they look like
I get tackled for a living.
Yeah.
Bro's a supermodel.
Not just like
Bro could be in Euphoria and you wouldn't even tell that he's old.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I don't know.
Just making a Euphoria high joke.
Yeah. Man, my Euphoria, I want to watch that show because I want to compare it to my elementary school experience.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to watch it because the thing is, I think that people hate on it too much, but I don't know about season 2. I think that the concept of like a high school where kids are doing like hard drugs and sorts of crazy shit, I don't know if that's just because we're in Florida, but that's not too far off. Mm-hmm. I feel like playing it up like we're all just a bunch of middle schoolers that, Fortnite, like that's not really what it is for the most part.
Yeah.
There was always that one kid that would bring his laptop to class and like his aviator type headphones.
Yeah.
Airplane headphones, and he'd be playing Minecraft in biology.
Skull candy.
Yeah. No, it's so crazy.
Oh, no.
But it's one of those things where, like, the topics that they show in that show are not so far off from stuff that we have probably both seen.
Yeah.
So, I think that people give it too much hate.
Mm-hmm. The question, how long you think we've been going for?
We have been going for probably an hour, maybe an hour 10. So if we want to hit like one last segment and then we can wrap up.
Okay.
Because I'm sure that we might have some stuff that I need to cut. Because I know that we had some like kind of dull moments in the stuff that I told you.
Yeah. Questionable things.
Yeah.
But,
oh, it gets worse. It only gets worse.
I can only imagine what that story is going to be like. But, so... I asked Colin last night just to see if he was aware of the whole Joe Rogan situation that's going on.
Yeah, let's get into some podcast talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost didn't say the word correctly. I don't know why.
Hesitated, yeah.
Like
Topka.
I forget how to move my mouth, I guess, which is great for a podcast. Again, not knowing how to, speak, not being a good orator.
Ooh, that was a good word.
Right?
Well
right?
done.
Shout out to the dude on TikTok who said I don't know big words.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay,
so you had a video do well, and you got some haters.
Yeah, so on my personal TikTok, no surprise to people that may know me from even the podcast more than people who know me before.
Let me just say, well, relative to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
People who, like, knew me in high school probably thought I was like a really conservative, like, yeehaw white boy.
I never really got that vibe from you, but
some people did.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe not the yeehaw part. I was just saying that because of like our location.
Yeah.
But no, I had my allergies.
Bless you. Bless you. Did you just kiss your forearm?
No, like tapped off.
I was like,
Yeah, no,
you went, achoo.
You just got to give yourself some self-love. So I had made a video after watching a Hassan Piker video. So you already kind of know where this is going. I made a TikTok. I'll probably show it on the screen. And essentially the joke is, the first half is me like rapidly like explaining why it's dumb that people in the North would be flying a Confederate flag, because although people in the South flying a Confederate flag is also pretty racist,
stupid,
flying it in the North makes even less sense because they actively fought against the Confederacy.
Yeah.
So trying to say that it's your heritage if you live in like New York doesn't make any sense. But then the video cuts, and it's like, me going like, the face. And it's as if like the arguing was like, making this argument, and then somebody's like, nah, hear me out, something dumber.
Yeah.
I know that I just explained the TikTok, but for people who didn't actually get to see it, this is why.
Sick SNL bit.
Yeah, dude, sick. No, that's what they do. Yeah. And then I step in, and it says Canadian truckers, because in Canada there's a big like truck protest thing where they're on the sides of roads and like honking and stuff, and they're waving Confederate flags essentially, and trying to say like they like want less mandates on vaccines, basically, or they don't want any mandates on vaccines. So the joke was that I thought it was dumb because it's literally like, it's not even your country. So the fact that you're waving a Confederate flag is something different. But people in the comments, they did not like me. They did not like me. There was one dude who was so butthurt that like, I essentially made fun of, he was like, it can't be racist just because it's your own moronic interpretation. And I like, I quoted him, and I was like, your own moronic interpretation. It's like big words, and I put the cowboy emoji.
Did you reach your letter quota?
He spammed me on everything. I mean, like, he was posting on, like, another video that I had where I did, like, the attractiveness scale, which is so cringy to say out loud.
You know, just thirsting real quick.
You know, thirsting real quick, trying to get me to 1,000. And he was like, you wear earrings, and you're illiterate. And then he, like, sent another comment, and it was like, also ginger, period. Like, that was the roast. And I was like, pin of shame for the lame comeback. Because that was so ass. Yeah. At least if you're going to, like, roast me, like, the earrings, fine, whatever. Mm-hmm. Illiteracy doesn't make sense because it's not something that has to do with reading.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was saying because I don't think he got the joke that I was typing it in the yeehaw accent. Mm-hmm. But maybe he was saying that I'm illiterate because he spelled it all correctly.
If you have to resort to grammar,
that typically means you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have any other comeback than grammar, when my joke was purposefully spelling it wrong to make it sound what like that person would sound like in real life.
Yeah.
You've already lost.
Yeah. It's just,
but bro was mad, so shout out to you, bro.
Yeah.
I hope you have a good life.
I was telling Colin that he made you your own custom. He made you your own custom
my own
L
slur.
plus ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Pearl earrings, illiterate, and ginger.
Shut up, no one cares, and you're white. It's like the same thing, just different. Yeah, boo, tomatoes.
Yeah. You just took the format and then just made it worse.
Yeah. Also, ginger. That's so crazy to me. Also, like, I'm wondering, is my hair, like, you know how people say, like, they're racially ambiguous, right? Where, like, you can't really tell, like, what they are?
Yeah.
Is that, like, what my hair is? Because people tell me that I'm ginger, brunette, and blonde.
I think in certain lights I could see ginger, but for the most part, I see like brunette blondes. Kinda.
Yeah. I had somebody, like, literally tell my girlfriend that she was wrong when she said that I'm a brunette.
Uh-huh.
And my girlfriend's like, no, it's brown. And she was like, Megan, I've known him for like 3 years. He's blonde.
Okay.
It's like weird flex.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
And yeah, my fault. And then on TikTok is the first time I really started getting ginger comments, and I think it's because of my beard. My beard is red, and I have brown hair.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think that the red in the beard kind of brings out red tones from the hair, like makes people kind of see it more.
Yeah.
I think if I was babyface, people would have no questions that it's brown.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's literally always on TikTok. Even when we're going live on TikTok on the Benched account,
it's funny.
People comment like, "Oh, your hair is so cool. I've never met a ginger."
Let's address TikTok live real quick. The fucking comments that Colin gets. Oh my god.
So incredibly out of pocket and insane.
You're nothing but a pile of meat and red hair to them.
They only see me for my physical being. They just want. You dropped your phone. If you can't see, he's actually jumping into the water right now. Now you got to go run in the back. Yeah, no, they just want me for my body, and it's sad, but it is what it is. So on TikTok, we do go live. We're gonna try and go live on like other stuff too. We're figuring that out at the moment.
Shout out to the people who join my live and comment nice things to me.
Yeah. Devin gets like such wholesome stuff.
Yeah.
No,
I feel like I create a community, and Colin just attracts horny.
Yeah. From both sides, you know?
Yeah.
All sides of the spectrum.
Congrats.
You know? I don't know. But I guess that's a good thing to leave off on.
We got to feed into that to get our female audience up, because
exactly.
we have a terrible ratio.
Yeah. And when you have a big male audience, you got to think like, we're doing
what
something.
Are we doing wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we fix that?
So I think we're working on it.
Sure. Yeah, we're trying.
Let's say next episode, to especially build up the female audience. I did the thing again, damn it. Let's just say next week is going to be our Valentine's Day episode. and we're going to be having possibly a guest on.
Possibly
A guest on.
Hopefully.
So
if things work out.
If everything works out, that should be a really funny episode. We'll probably be talking about like red flags, relationship stuff, all of that. And then we also have the video that, like I said, came out today too. Devin teaches me how to fight, which AKA just means Devin beats me up for 30 minutes. So be sure to go check that out. We'll probably also put out like the behind the scenes a week after, so I'll talk about that next week. Yeah. But yeah, really funny video. We put all of our time and effort into it, so I'd really appreciate it if you check it out.
Yeah.
And what do you got to say?
Shout out moms.
Shout out moms, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's a good spot to leave it.
Yeah. Feels good. All right.
Yeah. I was going to think of something to say at the end, but I couldn't think of anything. Just fart noise. Nice. You're literally 5.